Welcome back to the School of Music. Okay, we're going to start improvising now. Improvising is just another way of saying making it up. In this lesson I'm going to show you 5 things that are going to make your solos sound good. Those things are resolution notes, tension notes, passing notes, circling notes, and lastly extended tension. If you follow these 5 rules, your solos are always going to sound great. So we're going to start by playing the C major 7 chord in our left hand, and in the right hand I'm just going to play a solo over it to show you. Okay, thank you for sticking around and not turning this video off just yet. I recognise it's not sounding any good at the moment, but that's because there's no structure to the solo yet. Each chord has one or more matching scales. To be a matching scale, it has to have all the notes of the chord in it. So for C major 7, the most obvious matching scale would be C major, right? I'm going to play a C major chord in the left hand, and in the right hand I'll play the scale. Notice how the notes of the scale contain all the notes that are in the chord. So that's what we want. Now let's identify a few things to keep in mind while you're soloing. Within the scale there are resolution notes and there are tension notes. Resolution notes are the notes of the chord, for example, C, E, G and B. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a solo in my right hand with the left hand chord, and I'm just going to use these resolution notes. So here we go. And now with a bass line. You get the idea. Okay, so that's resolution notes. They work, it's just not very exciting yet. So let's have a look at tension notes. Tension notes are the notes of the scale that aren't the notes of the chord. So in C major, they would be the notes in between your resolution notes. That's D, F, and A. So these are your tension notes. The reason they're tension notes is because they have a tendency, they want to rise or fall generally. So let's just have a look at that. See how it wants to fall or rise to resolution. Same with the F. And same with the A. So this brings me to the third point, that's passing notes. And what a passing note is, it's the tension note, but used as a way of moving between 2 resolution notes. For example, if I wanted to move between our resolution notes E and C, I could pass through that tension note D. So in the solo I could go using that D as a passing note. I can also use those other resolution notes as passing notes as well, so let me demonstrate that. Okay, great, we're getting there. It's much more exciting. Now, there's also another way we can use these tension notes, and this is a technique I call circling. And what we're going to do is we're going to sort of circle our way into a resolution note. So for example, just say my resolution note I was choosing was an E. Now I've got two tension notes on each side of that. I've got the F and the D. So what I can do is I can circle around the resolution note and then resolve. So I can circle by going above, below, resolve. Notice how I have to sing it as I do it, it's weird. And the other way, below, above, resolve. If I was circling to the G, I could go, or the other way, tension, tension, resolve. So I think you get the idea. What I'm going to do is I'm now just going to play a solo, but I'm going to use the resolution notes. I'm always going to try to end my phrase on a resolution note, because that's where, obviously, it's resolved. There's no tension left. And then the tension notes, I'm going to use them as passing notes, and I'm also going to use them as circling notes to a resolution note. So here we go. There's some resolution notes. And now with passing notes. Now with circling. You get the idea. Now there's one last thing, and this is extended tension. Those tension notes, the longer you stay on them, the longer you're not outlining the chord you're on, so the more tension you're creating. If you stay on those tension notes, we create something called extended tension, and the longer you do it, the more tension you've got and the more it wants to resolve it. I want you to use your ear here and choose, when you think it's appropriate to resolve it. But I'm now going to play a little solo and I'm going to use that extended tension. So here we go. Here's my tension notes. So resolve. Here, it really wanted me to resolve. I'll do it again. Now I'll really extend the tension out. Again. Great, so I hope that gives you some ideas. That concludes the lesson on basic improvisation for today anyway. So far we're just using the major scale to solo. The other notes that aren't part of the scale, in this case all the black notes, create what I call extreme tension, and we're going to take a look at making them sound hip down the track as well. Just have a go with that chord in your left hand for the moment, and with your right hand practice doing all those things. So that's the resolution notes, tension notes, passing notes, circling, and that last one, extreme tension. And then once you're feeling comfortable with all that, start putting in that bass line. Just begin really slowly and just be persistent, because it'll come. It's a coordination thing for the most part. The coordination rhythms for the swing video that was just posted a few lessons ago, that'll definitely help you, so check that out. So you can see now why those scales and arpeggios are so important. The scales are everything, those resolution notes and tension notes together, and identify what scale you need to play with what chord. And the arpeggios are just all your resolution notes. So we'll take a look at the ninth in the arpeggio soon as well. So good lesson today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video lesson.